Great. So just to start with, welcome everyone to the IOC or Institute of Coding Skills Bootcamp that we're running at BCU. This bootcamp is focusing on the data science and cloud systems, two very big prominent areas of tech with an awful lot going on. Based on the backgrounds and the information that I've been handed from the admissions point of view, or if you're coming with a whole array of different backgrounds, interests, things that you're hoping to get out of this, and we're going to be delving into some of those a bit over this session and the next couple of weeks, really, trying to make sure that we're all going towards generally the same sort of aims and getting the right support for you. This is an unusual course for us to provide as a university because it's not a formal university qualification. There's no set structural rules and things that we had to have to adhere to. So it's been really great for us to have almost a free playbook to say, how can we support you best and make sure that we can give you the skills in terms of data science and clouds and make sure that you maximize your chances of employment? Because that's our goal with this whole boot camp ultimately, to make sure that you either get a job if you haven't got one currently in tech, or you take whatever job you're working at now and you improve your standing in your organization through understanding and use of tech. So it's all going to be employability focused. There are going to be specific sessions as the time goes on through the boot camp, specifically dedicated to employment activities, training, getting yourself set up and making sure we're doing standard things. And some of you are going to be doing those things already, and others are going to have never heard of those before. So don't panic. So things like having a LinkedIn profile may seem unusual to some, maybe just a standard thing that you've done for years to others, but making sure that you're giving the right online presence and perfecting that. It's something that I am very poor at myself, and I've got away without having to do a lot of. But the world is far more cutthroat at the moment, so we need to make sure we're giving you the best advice. So it's very much do as we do, do as we say for a lot of these cases, and not just as we do. But we'll talk through those specific cases as we go. Okay. Always nice to have cameras on if you can as well, as long as the bandwidth allows, because it's good to get feedback. These sessions are going to be run online, so it's really hard for us to not have, from a teaching point of view, people right in front of us where you get those nodding heads or eyes glazed faces. So it's great for one to see people's faces. So that's lovely. Raising hands and getting questions going is great, and perfect timing with that. Thank you. So we'll come to your question in a second, but just please feel free, as soon as you've got a question, as soon as something doesn't make sense or you want to know more about something or ask something, then raise your hand in the chat if we're in mid-flow. If there's a gap and you want to just jump in with it, feel free. But there's also the chat as well for those of you that can see it. And if you want to post a question, then when we get to the right point, we'll read out the questions for those of you who can't see the chat, so that you know what the question is, and then we'll answer that as well. We will be recording each of these sessions, and this one is being recorded right now, just so that everyone's aware. And whilst everyone doesn't have full BCU email addresses, our normal way of recording is that the recordings are just uploaded to the BCU Microsoft Stream service, which is linked to Teams. So it just pulls the recording straight out, puts it online, and everyone who was at that meeting can view it. The problem is Stream is held within BCU's firewall, and its security procedures in essence. So you go externally from your email addresses won't be able to access those recordings as standard. So what we've done before is just taken those recordings and uploaded those to a YouTube channel. So we'll be creating a YouTube channel and a playlist that will be uploading the videos to, making sure that you can watch those later on, the recordings, go through any of the activities and things if you do miss a session or want to understand something that we went through that was a bit technical and you didn't understand it straight away. Okay, so we'll go through the question first of all. I'm very sorry, because of everyone's email addresses, we don't have clear names for everyone. So I don't know who's necessarily who's got your hand up, but if you want to go ahead and ask your question, then we can go for that.
I think I can't hear, basically.
No, I can't hear. I can see that you're talking, but I just can't hear what you're saying, unfortunately. Sorry. So I don't know if the microphone setting that's not working, or if you want to type it in the chat, then feel free. Okay, so do you want to move on to the next slide then, and then we'll come back to that question as soon as it's come through. The first thing I always like to try and do when we start off these kind of introductory sessions is to just explain who we are and why we're the right people to be trying to educate you about some of these things and to give you some experience in these. So just for any of those who can't see the video or fit what I look like, so there's another picture of me there, and I'm Dr. Ian Rice. So I'm an associate professor in artificial intelligence and computer science at Birmingham City University. In terms of my background, I think it's always good to try and frame some of that. So I did a degree in business and maths at Aston University. I set myself up on a career right up until that point to be an accountant. I did 2 years of business and maths, did a year placement in the middle of my accountancy degree, in the middle of my business and maths degree in accountancy. Absolutely hated accountancy by the end of it. The whole idea of counting other people's money just didn't gel very well with me, and the whole rules and regulations and things were just, I found them quite boring. No offense to anyone who likes accounting, you know, if that's for you, brilliant. I admire that, but it wasn't for me after a year of trying that. So in my last year of my degree, I panicked and thought, what on earth do I do from here? I absolutely love maths and I want to just do maths all the time. And everyone told me there's no job that does that. So I was very fortunate I found a job that does that. So I got to do maths for 3 years as a PhD student at Aston University. And I was partnered with a defence contractor called Thales, who's based in, they've got a UK portion of their company and a French portion of their company. So I was working in the defence industry on some things that were open and some things that were completely classified. But we were using AI tools and techniques in general to try and identify anomalies in sonar signals and underwater acoustic environments, really. So what's a fish, what's a submarine, what's something that we need to be concerned about as a ship or a submarine, and what do we need to react to? And there's an awful lot of interesting maths and AI that goes on in there and has been developing over the last decades. After a few years there, I decided I didn't like the way that the defence industry was going, and it's very, very hard to try and raise moral obligations to certain aspects when you're working with a contractor all the time. So I took a step back and thought, where can I go from here? And funnily enough, found a project quite similar to that one, partnered with Birmingham Children's Hospital, of all places. So we were doing a research study with Birmingham Children's Hospital, and they had 2 wards where the babies and the children were wired up with wireless sensors across their chests that looked like plasters. So worked great for the babies rather than being wired up with everything. These plasters just sat on their chest and one on their toe normally. We were taking continuous signals from those children, and I spent a couple of years creating algorithms and AI systems to predict which the children were getting better and which were getting worse and at risk of dying, to identify the doctors and notify what might be wrong, but also when they needed to react to that and change their healthcare management plans. And some of the things were quite difficult to predict. Some of the things were more straightforward, and we managed to get good advanced prediction on things like cardiac arrest or the heart stopping. So we could give about 12 hours notification of that, using some of the AI tools and techniques that you'll learn about over the course of this module boot camp. Which with 12 hours, the doctors could then entirely change the medical plan for that patient and completely avoid that in most cases. So that was quite a fun project, and it made me feel quite good. But at the end of that project finished, funding ran out. So what did I do next? I decided I needed some experience in teaching, more if I wanted a career in academia. And I joined Arden University as a teaching fellow. So I specialise in distance learning and data analytics courses there. And beyond just teaching, I got responsibility in terms of course management of computing, and then I rose to the head of school at Arden University as well. So I was in charge of all the computing, data programs and tech aspects there. I sort of built myself up in terms of management and impact understanding, as well as just the whole university life. I then got bored of management and politics and things and decided I need to get back to some good old-fashioned teaching and research. So I left Arden and joined BCU, and I'm an associate professor. So I'm in charge of the data bootcamp in particular, that's relevant to you guys, but also the first year of all the computing programs at BCU and the MSc in artificial intelligence, and running a couple of PhD programs and research projects as well in a few core areas. Anything that's applying AI in something that's challenging, fun, interesting. If it's straightforward and simple and you can do it 100% accurate straight away, I'm generally not interested, and I think no one is really. But I'm interested in using AI on those difficult projects and difficult problems, and trying to see where you can get some interesting knowledge share. So if we can move on, I think it's about time for you to be introduced to Noor, who's going to be running the bootcamp on the day-to-day with you all.
Hello, everyone. Thanks again. That was like, I feel that you've done a lot, like for the community, for yourself, and your future, like in meantime. My name is Noor Al-Barini. I'm a lecturer here at BCU in computing. At the moment, I've done a degree in computer science, and before that, I've done a degree in telecommunication engineering, but not in the UK. I've done telecommunication engineering. I've done that in Jordan, alongside with my degree. I was doing short courses for in Microsoft servers and Cisco. So I'm a Cisco certified and Microsoft certified solution expert, and that was in back in 2012, I believe. So at the moment, I've done in computer science here at BCU. I've done my master's in big data analytics also at BCU, and I'm still going towards my research in computing. My research basically involving high performance computing and the data management that's happening between the smart cities at the moment, and basically the communication between smart cities, IoT devices, and the high performance computing, how the data is being managed, how can we predict real time data, come with real time outcomes using the high performance computing. Uh, I'm working on like multiple things in my research in terms of modifying some stuff, some programming stuff uh, in the high performance computer, in the supercomputer, basically. So aside with that, I'm working as well as a full stack developer with a software house at BCU, and also a tech lead for the project that's coming to the university through the university. So all of these stuff, I've been working as a full stack developer for the last 5 to 6 years, I believe. And before that, I was working as a front end, back end developer, basically, mostly about the web stuff. And so basically, this is a short introduction just about me. Um, the reason I choose this field, like the reason I choose to do computing after I've done a degree in telecommunication engineering, is because I don't like telecommunication at all. So I've I've always wanted to study computing. Unfortunately, I didn't have the chance when I was back in Jordan to study computer science or computer engineering. And as soon as I arrived to the UK, I had the choice to study again, basically. And I wanted to study the field that I always wanted, which is computer science. Uh, I always had passion about computer programming, AI, all these trending technologies, uh, and developing new things. Because in my belief, I think that the development in computing is becoming faster. So you will always have a chance to develop new things, to innovate, come up with the word. I don't believe that I will have the same chance in telecommunication, because I think telecommunication, it has a long run to develop new things. But I believe in computing, you have more chances, basically, with all development that we see are all around us, from automation, uh, self-drive cars to all smartphones, all this stuff. So that's a introduction about myself, and I believe that now we want to know more about you guys.
So before we move on, Noor, just if I can interject there slightly. So just to be clear, everyone, so as a teaching team, as a support mechanism, Noor and I are here to talk you through data and cloud systems, and Noor's going to go over in these slides some of those activities and the ways that we're going to teach you about that, give you the skills and the practical things you're going to need to get a job in tech or to upskill yourselves in tech in these areas. Obviously, the schedule, you've been invited to all of the meetings for these, and Noor will talk through the plan for that. as I say, the day-to-day, the actual running of the course, Nora's going to be here at these sessions regularly, doing the presenting, setting the activities and things. I'll be dropping in here and there to check in on everyone, and along with Nora, we planned out the whole content for everyone for the whole boot camp. So it's all been set and structured to make sure that it's as supportive and as employable as possible. The fact that Nora has already completed certifications and all of the relevant things that you're going to be taught about is really quite valuable. So make the most of his skill and of mine too. So if you have any questions about AI or data or computer science or anything that you want us to focus on a bit during these sessions, we absolutely can. We want to make sure that we're giving you as much information and the right information as we go through this. So unfortunately, I am going to have to drop off to another teaching session that I've got just happening now. So I'm going to have to say goodbye, but I'll leave you in Nora's capable hands to talk through the rest of this introductory session, and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. And I'll look forward to seeing you over the next 16 weeks. So thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
So,
you.
I believe that we introduced ourselves, so I would love to hear about you guys. What's your background, experience? What's your skills that you think that needs to be developed as well? And the reason that you joined this boot camp, and also what's the goal, the next goal, or the next thing that you want to achieve after finishing this boot camp. So the mic is yours. Okay. Do you want me to pick up? Yes. All right. So, yeah. Can you introduce yourself to us and?
Sorry, Mohammed, who did you call on?
No, you can randomly start. It's all right.
Sorry?
If you can start, yeah.
Are we following the list from the top, yeah? Okay, well, I don't mind since not everyone is willing to go first, but it's all right.
I want to volunteer.
Yeah, it's up to you, but I can, go on. Yeah, go on.
Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it, Ankita.
Yeah. That's my daughter's name basically on there.
Oh, sorry.
My name is Jivan Saha.
Okay.
My name is Jivan Saha. I work in retail, working for BP for several years. So I basically wanted to change my career, and I was looking around to try something in tech. I tried myself to teach myself about web developments and database management systems through online videos, and through those stuffs I got interested, and all on a sudden these courses come up. So I thought this is a good opportunity to jump on it and to change the career. So just looking forward that I hope it will help me to, to reach my goal.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So,
So who's next?
Can I make a suggestion, Mohammed? Should we use the list, the participants
I
list?
think you're at the top of the list.
Oh, okay. So, well, I'm on top of the list, so that's fine. Right. So,
to the list I see here in front of me, you are on the top, basically.
okay then. So that's I can go now. My name is Adebayo. You can call me Ade for short. And I am a business analyst. I currently work for a city council, and I've been working on projects lately, and I've come to realize that data has been, there's not a lot of skill sets available, when you are developing or implementing a software, specifically within the housing sector. I do a lot of project implementation for Northgate. Northgate is an housing management system, and we have tons and tons of data coming from, housing associations and city councils, And what really spurred my interest in data science is we spent about 4 months trying to recruit an SQL developer, a data engineer, and they couldn't get one on time. So that really impacted on the timeline, project deadline. So I took it upon myself because sometimes I would want to identify data for, UAT tests. And I had to go to, the data migration expert to say, well, I need this set of data. And they couldn't help me because we don't have the person there to make sense of the data because a lot of them were not quality data. So I took it upon myself to learn, learn data analysis. And in the process of doing that, I found out now I'm going to be needing some programming skills to be able to, walk through the data, which is Python specifically. So I started teaching myself, but what I found was I could not make a lot of progress because it was self-study. So I thought if I come into a structured learning environment, it's going to help me. So I looked around and I found a lot of bootcamp actually. But I looked more closely into the BCU one and I thought this is going to make sense. I like the way it is structured. I like, the way you're going to be treated as a full-time student and, you have access to things and that. So, which is why I've decided to choose BCU, IOC bootcamp. And my next goal is to be a data-focused business analyst, So it means I'm going to be a lot more technical than just being a functional business analyst. So, and I know that having this, coming into this program and taking away the, what I'll be taught and the skills that I'll be taking away is going to really help me, especially the fact that it comes with a cloud system as well, because these days everything is in the cloud. And it's just so fusing data management within the cloud is going to be a skill that I would really like to possess. So that's the reason why I have come into this program.
Thank you so much. That was really nice introduction. And I have Ali next. We can give it.
Hi everyone, my name is Ali Gorsi and you can call me Ali. A bit of background, I've got a degree in business administration. I did my MBA back home. When I came here, I worked for different companies and it was just not like, it was just temporary jobs. I worked for Sheffield City Council, I worked for Sheffield University, worked for Virgin Media. All jobs were like either customer advisor related or either some admin jobs related. My most recent job was with Sheffield City Council, which I worked. It was not deep end IT role, but it was like assisting IT team in different tasks. Basically, my job was in adult and social care team along with the Capita. So what we do, we provide, we set up accounts and give access to the social workers, care managers, and all of the stuff that's related to the adult and social care. So in the meantime, there was a post which was going to be available, which was data quality officer. So I was asked to learn something and jump on it. But unfortunately, due to some unfortunate events due to health-wise, I couldn't carry on with that. And I ended up in hospital, and then there is a bit of a gap between that experience and all that job role which I missed. So now obviously there are a lot of opportunities available regarding this boot camp. So I've applied and I've got offer from Birmingham City University. So obviously, like I said, I'm not like in deep end of IT, but I know the basic stuff of IT. So that motivated me. Why not learn more stuff regarding, the skills are up in demand nowadays, like data science, cloud systems, AI and other. So my goal is to learn from this bootcamp as much as I can, and then apply this knowledge and to try to get into somewhere and keep learning in the same field, and then try to see if I can get a job in the same field.
Yeah. That's the main goal that we would be working towards, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Ali.
Thank you. Welcome.
Anastasia.
Hey, it's Anastasia or Anastasia. So my first degree is in visual arts, and now I work for BCU. So I'm a colleague in a way. I manage a database in alumni relations team. So this is kind of a part of my profession I've been doing data stuff for about 5 years now, like data coordination and analytics and things like that. So in that respect, I'm interested in developing a little bit more deep skills. And through my kind of visual art research and personal interests, I'm curious about like various concepts like feminist data or knowledge structures and various ways of archiving and storing and retrieving data. So it kind of falls together from both sides of my interest.
Oh, nice to. Thank you, Anastasia. Right. So I have Ashdi, I believe. I think, yeah. Ashdi Son. I think Ashdi Son. That's how it's written here. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing wrong, but because we don't have the names correct yet, I guess. We don't have the BCU emails. I think later you will be getting BCU emails, and yeah. So I'm moving on. I think bin Hanis, Hanis.
No, I think probably Ash Dyson is on mute, so
Yes.
that's why. Maybe he's talking and he's on mute. We can hear him. Are you on mute, Ash Dyson? Oh, it's probably gone away.
Okay. I have here. Okay. Darren. I think Darren with us here in the code as well.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, hi, I'm Darren. Previously I was working as an accountant and a digital marketeer in London. And about 4 years ago, I left that to go and help my parents out with their hospitality business. I'm always kind of interested in tech, and what I saw in accounting was, well, depending on the tax rules, not much of a future really for kind of admin roles and repetitive tasks, things that can be automated. So I've got a strong interest in machine learning and big data and how that can be applied to there's a book, I think it's by Burfson, The Second Machine Age, where they talk about basically a lot of jobs that you wouldn't even consider replacing with a robot will actually be replaced. So that's where my interest in kind of big data lies. And that's why I've joined this course, really.
Well, thank you. I have Benjamin. because I have the Excel sheet. I just noticed that I have the Excel sheet open where it has your email. So, Rudy. Okay. And
Hi, do you hear me?
yes, we hear you now.
Okay, so I'm working in the transport industry, but right now I want to have a career change. I was looking at some opportunity to find a good job, and I came across the data and also the cloud field. So I looked for some bootcamp, which could be useful to improve my technical skills. I found the BCU bootcamp, and I decided to apply for this bootcamp alongside some training I follow on Coursera and also on Kaggle and Udacity. And that's it.
Thank you, Rudy. I have here next is Elton, I believe.
Hello, everyone. If you could allow more 10 minutes or 50, or 15 minutes, I will join. I'm driving right now. I'm trying to find a safe place to pull up.
I've got next Philman.
Hi, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Hi, perfect. All right, yeah. So my name's Philman. Most people tend to call me Philly. So I've been working in public sector for the last few years, but prior to that, I was working in educational tech sales. Similar to everyone else, really. My interest is in sort of a career change. Sort of, I've been meaning to get into tech for a little while now, trying to teach myself sort of about cloud computing and how data would impact on that. And I came across this bootcamp. So yeah, I just thought I'd jump in, see how it goes, and then see where it could take me in my career, really.
Thank you.
Cheers.
I've got Funmi. You on mute. Okay. I've got here Habib.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I've got my background in. I recently finished my master's in quantity surveying from BCU. I did my undergrad in architecture, and I presently work as a trainee quantity surveyor with a construction company. So over the years, my experience in the construction company shows to me that the industry and the world generally is going towards data-backed innovations, and I'm actually interested in exploiting the big data environment in construction and the opportunities there. So that's why I've decided to the opportunity with this bootcamp to learn more about data science, and actually looking forward towards my expertise into the construction industry.
Nice. Got next Hannah. I think your mic is muted. Yeah.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. Hello, everyone. I just completed my master degree in the University of Huddersfield. I studied master in education. Initially, I had a master in statistics. My first degree is also statistics. but I need to update my statistics knowledge with digital knowledge, because the modern world is becoming more digital, and for me to fix in that, I have to update the statistic knowledge with the digital knowledge. And I made an effort for a private training, but it wasn't successful. So when I came across the IOC bootcamp, I was very happy, much more because I saw is affiliated to the university, the Birmingham City University, and some other universities. For these ones, I am so happy because I'm much more interested in the data analysis, in the data science. So, and that's why I registered for the Birmingham City University home. And presently, I just finished my university. So I may say I'm jobless. So then when I saw the training that will be coming up as the career employability skills, that gave me additional, I'm more happy when I saw that.
Motivated.
And like that will really tailor my training very well to my desire. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. So I've got next Hussein. 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 Okay. And next I've got Elias. Your mic is muted if you're trying to. Okay, moving on. I've got Joseph.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Engineer Joseph Ejai. My first degree is in civil engineering. I also have a master's in structural engineering. I also have a master's in project management. I'm currently a PhD student, University of Suffolk. My working experience, I have been to the construction industry for about 7 to 10 years now. I've been a senior structural engineer and civil engineer, and also along my career, I have worked at although it was not stress for a few months. I relieved a colleague who was a, 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 a quality engineer, a data quality engineer, and then my interest in data science is because I really want to explore the data aspect of construction, because my project in Birmingham University was project management sustainability strategy for infrastructural development using building information modeling framework. Building information modeling is more of a data in the construction industry. That has really drawn my interest, and also I also want to use the data science and clouding stepping stone also to artificial intelligence and a machine learning so I can use it also to explore the construction industry. I'm affiliated to many of professional bodies, both here in the UK and my country. And I'm really looking forward to a great time with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Joseph. So basically, guys, it's just the reason that we introduce ourselves is like to break the ice, to get to know each other, and see what everyone's experience, skills.
Sorry,
Yes.
I haven't been able to introduce myself.
Oh, no worries. I thought that your mic was muted. Okay, just give me a second. I'll let you introduce yourself. So basically, just to break the ice and get to know each other, to see the skills that each one of you have, and the experience, the backgrounds, all these stuff. And once you get to know about each other more, once we have group works and stuff, it will be easier for you to deal with the stuff to. Basically assign each one of you several tasks or things like this. Okay, so you can introduce yourself now.
Yeah, I'm Femi, and I did my first degree was in accounting and finance, but I don't find it very interesting anymore. And because my partner is doing is working as an IT consultant, as a web developer, and that makes me has an interest in more in IT. And because when I had my what is it called, internship, I did like a business kind of things like PMO analysis, and I had more interest in more in IT. Then I went into my master's degree just to do what is called enterprise system management in Birmingham City University. And I think that was one of the, and because we're looking at the ERP system and using some of all the software as well. And that makes me has an interest in this course really. And I really want to get into the tech field now.
Okay, let's go. Thank you. And I've got Josephine.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, I am building a business in property investment. And yeah, I just recently did a master's in quantity surveying. And yeah, we kind of covered building information modeling, and we kind of got to know how technology is involved in construction and real estate. And I feel it's necessary for me to build on my technology experience. So I thought, yeah, it would be good to join this bootcamp.
Yeah, just like, yeah, in terms of like how the IT or technology is involving in construction. Recently, I've delivered some lectures regarding the analysis of the data that's coming from construction, to basically how to use the analysis for the data in construction, like becoming a really hot topic now, because it's a new to the technology basically in terms of analysis and predictive models and decision makers and stuff. It's becoming very important for construction now. Yeah, I guess like 3 good choice. Melissa?
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Melissa. I have an undergraduate degree in electronic engineering, and I started working around 2 years ago. My organization actually produces software for other companies to analyze their data. I work within pre-sales, so it's part of like the sales team, the sales cycle, but I'm supposed to be the more technical person. But right now my skill set is very surface level, and my experience is very much limited to my company software. So I chose to do this bootcamp to get a bit of a deeper understanding of like data science and cloud as well, and upskill. Yeah.
Thank you. I've got next Mike.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I do.
I've just finished my degree with the Open University in engineering, and currently I'm working as a data analyst for a fashion retailer. But that's lots of Excel and Google Sheets and stuff like that. But don't really touch any of the data behind it. So I want to learn more about the data that goes into it and all the data science side of it, so that I can shift career and move into a different, better paying job. And also the networking side and cloud side of this is going to be really interesting. I've got no experience in that at all.
I've got next Nicole.
Hi, my name is Nicole. I recently graduated from BCU actually, and I studied computer and data science. And I'm also currently working as a data scientist, but I kind of want to work more in like the medical field because the industry I'm in right now, it's not very exciting. So I just kind of wanted to learn more skills within AI, like image recognition and conversational AI. So that's why I'm here.
Thank you. After. Narinder? Is that correct?
Good afternoon. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Narendrajit Singh. I've done my graduation in business studies and my postgraduate diploma in human resources management. As far as experience is concerned, for the last about 13 years, I've been working in the work-based learning sector, and I have been delivering work-based qualifications in the generic business areas of team leading and management. To talk about the skills, I mean, from the technical perspective, I don't have much of the technical skills. Whereas from the non-technical side, I have been managing the caseload management, if you may call it, and delivering the training, both bespoke solutions as well as the ready-made tailored solutions to a variety of clients at various hierarchy levels. The reason for choosing the IOC or Institute of Coding Bootcamp was obviously that, first of all, this bootcamp is not only coming as free of cost, but it is also backed by the industry, which is of great help because it helps you to actually study the modules or the areas which are actually going to help you out in the longer run. And the reason for studying this bootcamp is because it combines the essence of the cloud computing and the data science, which are, in my view, today one of the hot topics in terms of the career in the IT industry. And my next goal is to gain as much information I can gain from this bootcamp in order to make myself ready for a new career in the IT. Thank you.
Thank you. I've got next Rajan.
Hi there, Mohammed.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. In terms of my background, it's been retail for many years. I've worked many types of jobs. None of them have been IT related, unfortunately. After getting into management level, I became a locum, a freelancer. And the last 2 years have been really difficult. As IT is up and coming, I've been considering a career change. The reason I'm on this bootcamp is I was actually considering to either take up the CCNA course or the Azure Cloud Storage course. So I thought, let me start with this. And if this goes well for me, then I can consider picking one of those. So hoping to get a new employment out of this course, hopefully. That's mainly what I'm here for. Thank you.
That's the goal. Thank you. I've got next Salman. Okay. Your mic is muted, Salman. All right. Sana.
Hi, my name is Sana. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Sana. Basically, all my qualifications are from abroad. I've done my bachelor's in sciences from abroad. I was doing my master's in biochemistry, but unfortunately, I couldn't complete it because I had to move here. I've done a couple of certificates and short courses here, but haven't done much. This course is basically a kind of change of my career or change of my field. All of my other qualifications are in sciences. I just wanted to change my route. I've always fascinated by technology and computers, and I've always had passion for this. I haven't done any formal qualification than this, but I would love to know more about computers and data and everything. So hopefully, looking forward to this course and do more.
Great, thank you. I've got next Sandra. Sandra, can you hear me?
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, hi. Hi, everyone. My name is Sandra. I've got a background, well, my first degree was in sociology and criminology. Currently, I'm working as a service manager for one of the local healthcare organizations, and we work closely with the NHS. Because I'm a service manager, it's been very stressful in terms of data because we work with so much sensitive data. So it's just been very evident that for me, it's about time for me to upscale my skills. And I was looking into data computing and especially cloud computing. And hopefully with that, I would be able to go higher up. So that's my main goal, really.
Thank you. I've got next Sunday.
Hiya. So I've got a undergraduate degree in business information systems, and I saw this course, and I've always wanted to learn more about data science and analytics. So I thought this would be the right fit for me to help get start a career in that role.
Thank you. And Timur. Can you hear me? I've got next Taddy, I believe. Okay. So, are we missing anyone in here yet?
Well, I think I can have a go now.
Yes.
Well, my name is Elton. I'm working as, at the moment, I'm working as senior statistician. I work in health sector. And basically what I do is I work with research and development of glucose sensors. I help the scientists in this task of developing new products related to sensors and glucose. In terms of my background, obviously I have a degree in statistics, And 2 years ago, I decided to move to a tech field, and doing so, I decided to apply for a master's in big data and analytics at BCU, and hopefully I've managed to get this degree. Actually, Mohammed was my colleague
I was
in
always
this
remembering
course.
this. I remember we used to
Yeah.
swim.
Yeah. And then when I finished, I had this opportunity to work in the health sector, which has been an amazing journey. But I still have this passion for technology, for data, and I think that this is the opportunity for me to refine which field I would like to go, because in the data science we got lots and lots of options, different things that we can do. And when I finished my master's, I wasn't very clear about which field or which particular field to follow. So I think this training means the opportunity for me to refine that, to understand where I would like to go and where I would like to do in this field. So that's why I decided to apply, and I think it's going to be very interesting. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And we've got here, I think it's Ali. Is that right?
Yes, yeah. My name is Ali. I had a mixed background from healthcare and IT. I've done my master and PhD in healthcare. Currently working as a software a manager in NHS, Oxford Health NHS Foundation Trust. And also I'm doing some research on brain stimulation as well. That's all from me.
Thank you. Did I miss anyone? Is there anyone that?
Yes, me. Can I get?
I think, yeah, you can go.
Okay, so my name is Tolu. I'm a recent graduate from Goldsmith University. I studied business computing and entrepreneurship. I find out about IOC from my brother. He was telling me, oh, one of his friends did that, while I'm seeking employment, instead of me being idle, I can just upgrade myself and build on my existing skills. So I decided to, and what attracted me on the course was the cloud computing part, the cloud systems. So I was like, okay, because I haven't done, I haven't had like experience in cloud, I'll be like, okay, this is a good opportunity for me to educate myself and build on my skills. And I hope this is gonna get me like employment in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that I missed? Okay, I think we can move forward. Thank you guys for introducing yourselves. Well, I can see that there's lots of diversity in terms of the backgrounds, the skills, experiences, and well, but it's all working towards one thing, that to achieve this boot camp and upgrade to a new job, or to basically find a job in that particular area. Well, in terms of the boot camp structure, we'll start from today. We did the introduction page. We're doing the introduction for the boot camp, and we'll have some activities later now. In December as well, and the rest of December starts from next week. From Saturday, basically, we'll be working on the cloud fundamentals. We'll be working on Azure workloads, tools, and on the 18th of December, we'll be breaking for the Christmas. In January, we'll be covering Excel, Microsoft Excel and statistics. So it gives you an idea on how the data being structured within Excel, CSV files, and all this stuff. It's very important for you to understand how the data being structured in Excel, because it will help you later when we start working on the AI, basically in January. I think the last week in January and till 3rd week of February, we'll be working on the AI, artificial intelligence, the workload, the fundamentals of machine learning, the computer vision, the neural network programming, supervised machine learning, and then there's an exam that you can do and get a certificate for that. In last week of February till March, basically, we'll be covering more about Python, how the data being structured, how to do cleaning for the data, and how to do data modeling, basically. By the end of bootcamp, you will be doing an individual data project, which you will be covering all the stuff that you've done during the bootcamp. You can put all the knowledge, all the experience that you got. You get through the bootcamp here, through the sessions. The online sessions, which will be running Wednesdays and Saturdays, and the rest of the week that you can cover that as self-studying. You can cover the basically the assignments that you will get through the materials. If there is any questions during the week, feel free to email me anytime. So that's in terms of the structure of the bootcamp. That's what we'll be covering. Every week, I will be covering new things and assigning new things to you to do, basically. So today I will be assigning 2 tasks for you. On Saturday, we'll be discussing those tasks, and we'll be going through them, what's good and what's bad about this and that. And of course, during the bootcamp, additional to the structure of teaching materials, we'll be covering the employability part, where we'll have some guest speakers, and also we'll be working towards on your CVs, talking about the digital footprint and building a portfolio like LinkedIn and stuff like that. And at the end, we'll be doing a interview preparation. We don't have exact dates for those, but we'll be covering those from December now till March, till we finish the bootcamp, basically. So the first activity that we'll be doing now is like, what's your hopes of these bootcamps and what's your fears? So who would like to volunteer to start? And I'll be basically writing them here. Anyone would like to start? Hopes, fears?
Yeah, can I
hope to find a job.
Yeah. Sorry, who's
yeah, can I? So, well, my hopes with this bootcamp is obviously to go higher up, as I already mentioned, to go for a senior role. And my fears really is also because that I'm having is because I'm quite new to this whole cloud computing. I have a feeling that I don't have enough skills and I don't know whether I'll be able to do the task, but I'm very optimistic. So that's my fears basically and my hopes.
Okay, who would go next? I think.
Well, if I say my hope is to learn new skills and to carry on the same path, to learn more in data science and cloud systems. But the fears are obviously it's a completely new thing for me, especially data science, and when it says maths involved in it, so is that a bit of a fear? So I don't know how much maths involved in it.
Okay, and I think I'm still not good with the names. Narinder?
Okay. My hope is basically to learn more skills in data science and cloud computing, and how to synergize these skills in order to find a better role for myself. I mean, basically, so I hope that I'll be able to increase my knowledge and skills in these two areas. And my definitely biggest fear is that I am not from a technical or an IT background. So how to, I mean, just make sure that whatsoever I do learn is it in the full capacity of what the program should be delivering. So, I mean, basically trying to match up with expectations of the program, because I have non-IT.
Okay, and Sana?
So my hopes are, I think, would be the same for most of the people here. That I want to learn new skills, learn more about computing, data science, and everything, and hopefully get into employment. But fears, I think, they overcome the hopes. Fears are that I don't have any professional or formal qualification in IT or computers. And another one is, will I be able to pull through this, as I'm a mom of three and busy in family life also. But I think that's all.
Thank you. And anyone else?
Yes, Mohammed, I would like to say that my hope is to successfully find a change in my career. My fear is whether I will find job satisfaction.
All right. And anyone else in terms of, let's see. So I already got a few things that in mind, like for example, it could be the fears like have never done any programming part before, I've never done any looked onto AI stuff, things like that. The timing could be. So it depends. What do you think, guys? Anything else you can add to this?
Can I also say something, especially now, because I think one of the ladies mentioned having a family. It can be challenging because you've got so much going on, and also you've got because I work full time. So one of my fears is whether I'll be able to juggle family life, professional life, and obviously this training, as I do want to succeed, but I am a bit apprehensive. But I know obviously it's something that I want to do, but that's one of my fears.
I think the thing is that we are here to help you as much as we can to get to the point where you can be you succeed like this boot camp and find the job that you actually want.
Yeah.
That's our job basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so and that's what I was going to talk about. The next slide. So our job here in this bootcamp as a teaching team is like peeling back the mystery of data and cloud, and building your professional skills. Basically, if you don't have background in programming, if you don't have background in AI and data, if it is something completely new to you, our job is to develop your skills, to let you have these skills where you can use it in the business environment, basically. Okay, And also we want you to be confident using the online tools and the cloud providers, like Microsoft's Azure, IBM Cloud, Google Cloud, all the platforms you can see online. We want you to get to confident those having enough experience or the experience that's needed for you to join the business environment and the job that you will be getting after this boot camp. That's our job here. And also I would like to mention that always feel free to contact me at any time through my email. Send me if you have any questions, anything regarding the materials, you have a question about something related to the AI, machine learning, data, cloud computing. That's my background basically, and I'm happy to help you in any way. I like share my experience with you in that area. The point is, all these, the experience that you get here in terms of data, now you can see like analysis, the data is basically, we are surrounded by data. So everything in every sector you can find data, but what can you do with this data, or where can I use the skills that I have as a data analyst or like data scientist basically, or if you have a background in analysis, in managing the clouds, machine learning, all these things, you can work in different sectors. You can work in healthcare, you can work in finance, in engineering, education, everywhere. We are basically, you can work in every different sector here. Even in sport, you can work basically. So I have my brother basically, he did football coaching and statistics, something performance. So what he does is like analyze the performance of the players. Like basically, it's all based on the data that you get in there, and that's the good use of, or the good thing about this topic, or this area of that we're doing in computing, in technologies, all these technologies, the development of technologies, the computing areas. You see it everywhere, like in our daily life, and all these applications that's on your mobile phone. All that data is actually used to make decisions based on something. In terms of advertisements, all the data that you get based on what you're browsing and all the stuff, you can see advertisements. All of these is actually based on the data they're collecting and some algorithms and stuff. Like one of the things is Facebook. A few years ago, they had to shut down the whole system because the machines start to learn way more than faster than the human. So they had to shut down the whole system basically. It started to take decisions based on the data. It's generating millions and millions of data per second. And the best thing for you to keep up with this course is to take notes. I'll give time after every section I'll be covering to take notes. So we have two methods of taking notes here. I'm providing you with some online tools that you can use, or if you like to fill it by hand, like using the pen. I'm also providing you with the kernel note taking. If I can find it here. I'm providing, so basically, if you access the Teams, if you go to files, on activities, you can find the materials in here. So this kernel note-taking method is, you can put the name of the module, the date, the skills, or like the key points of this that you're doing, and the notes basically, and also you do summarize. Also, there's some examples in here before if you want to use. So preparing before class, you can do. You can write something about it and the areas and all the key points that you will be covering in this class. And so the data cycle, in terms of the data cycle, as I mentioned, we are surrounded by data, but in order to analyze something or to do some processing on that data, there is a cycle that we have to follow. Is starting with a problem, we specify what the problem is, and then we collect data regarding that. Let's say if you want to solve a problem for a traffic congestion, for example. So that's the main problem. You need to collect data regarding that and do some management for the data. After doing the management for the data in terms of processing, cleaning, filtering, all these management on the data, then you start to write the model that you need to process on that data. And then after data modeling, we have to do the evaluating the model, how did it perform, what's the outcome of that. Moving from there, we start to find the findings. Did it solve the problem? Is it a good approach to solve the problem? So that's the data cycle that we all have to go through in any business world, in any like, if there is any problem that you are facing in terms of analysis, you want to solve it using the analysis, by analyzing the data or making decisions, all the things that we see all around us, it's based on the problem that you need to solve. Once you find the problem, you have to go all through that cycle. First, I find the problem, I collect the data, I manage the data, filter, cleaning, do processing, and then apply the algorithm on the data, find what am I evaluating of the evaluation of the data, the model evaluation, evaluating the model, how did it perform, and then communicating the findings. Was the model that I applied a good approach for the problem that I have? Did it solve the problem or not? I think Sana, you're raising your hand. Do you have any question?
No, sorry, I think it was by mistake.
No worries. It's okay. So for today's activity, the first activity is that we need to do introduction course. If you go to the Teams files, you will find go to activities week 1 and you find the introduction course. Use that template. You can add your picture here, write something why you're interested of using AI, or basically like what we did today. It's just introduction of you. We have it in there. And yeah, so for example, I'm Noor Albani. I'm interested of using AI in smart cities to try predict real-time analysis in different sectors, and to develop, like basically I make real-time decisions to develop the systems. I'm doing this course. Why? The reason I'm doing this course is because I want to upskills in running boot camps and have a passion for AI. And when I'm not doing this course, what I do read like lots of books, I believe. So basically, introduction course, you have this one in the activities under week 1. And then what we'll be doing is find 3 jobs. Okay, so I have here an example. So for example, a junior data analyst, what's the requirements, what they're requiring, and then I'll do the analysis to that one. Okay, so for example, they have here, like based on the requirements I've seen and the jobs, I found that I need to have understanding of SQL, structured query language, a programming language designed for retrieve specific information from the database. I need to have a good knowledge in Microsoft Excel. I need to have experience in SQL servers, and so on. So what are the requirements of that job? What the gaps, basically, and what are the skills that are required from you there? You do 3 jobs. Basically, you define 3 jobs, find 3 jobs, and do breakdown to the requirements. Do some analysis on it, basically, in terms of the skills, what the gaps that you have, and things that you can find in their findings and their keywords. So I'll provide you with a link. It's introduction, basically artificial intelligence landscape. It's very useful one. You can watch it in your own time. It's around an hour long video. It's very useful. Explains to you about the AI in general and analysis. So the next step of now is to do introduction card, and then to do the job hunting requirements breakdown and skills gap minimized. I think I will release the 2 assignments in here, which is intro cards and job hunting one. Okay. So on Teams, you can basically access it and upload your answers in there. And yeah. So any questions? Any questions?
Yeah, hi. Sorry, Mohammed. You see on the job requirements, you just want us to pull a job description from any website, so Indeed or anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, you can go to Indeed, find job in data analysis, and find the requirements in there, do job analysis breakdown in terms of the skills they need, the requirements, and all of these stuff.
Perfect. Cool. Thanks.
Sorry, Mohammed, I missed that because I stepped away for some seconds. So basically, you're saying that the assignment is for us to go on a job site and look for a data analyst vacancy and use it as the assignment. Is that what you said?
Yeah. So that's the Saturday. So Saturday we'll discuss that. We'll see how to basically we'll see what your answers is, and based on that we'll take it farther from there and see what's the stuff that you could be missing or something that you added additionally. So we'll look into your answers basically, and also I'll provide the link. If you don't have access to the Microsoft Teams channel here, let me know. I can send it via email.
Okay.
To all of you. I will send an email that has the summarize of what you have to do next, and if I can provide links to the assignments. I'm not sure if I can provide them, but if you don't have access to the Teams channel, let me know. I'll send it to you by email.
All right.
Salman.
Hi, Mohammed. Yeah, I don't have access to the Teams channel you're talking about. So that would be great if you email us, if it's possible.
And yeah, who else have a question?
Another question that I've got for you, Mohammed. I can see that you're recording this session. Yes. Are we going to be having access to the recordings?
So basically, you will be having access to BCU emails. You will have an BCU email account soon. Until then, I'll try to upload it to a YouTube channel, but it will be private
channels.
Private, yeah. So nobody has access to it unless you have the link.
Okay.
I'll send you the link basically.
All right. Thanks.
Just basically until you get access to the BCU emails. Until then, you will have it on the Microsoft servers. That's for BCU basically servers.
All right.
Stream.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Mohammed. Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, this is Melissa. I also don't have access to the Teams channel. So if you could email the links to me as well, that'd be great.
All right, no worries. I'll definitely do. And
So,
yes,
I can see people raising their hand, so I want them to speak first. So I don't want to be like the only one talking.
Hannah, do you have a question?
Yeah. For the teams, I'm trying to, there's a mix-up between these teams and my university teams. I'm trying to maneuver in between the two. So I don't know.
I think you can add an account, another account, basically, through Teams. In here somewhere, you can basically just to manage accounts, and you can add a new account in here. But for me, I can't because it's both of them for BCU. It will be confused. I have one open on my laptop, on my iPad.
All right, thank you.
No worries.
Mohammed, this is Narendra.
Yeah.
So these two, what we read, the card as well as the job search, are we supposed to be doing it right now, immediately, or are we supposed to do it after the session ends? I mean,
so basically, you have till Saturday to
Sure,
be
thank
done all
That's
of these.
Thank you. Thanks.
On Saturday, so basically there is a submission point on Teams. I think, guys, you can see it like this. So you can view the assignment and assign it there, basically. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Or if you can go directly to assignments and you see all the assignments you needed to do in there. In terms of accessing the files, basically, you just have to click on files in here. And class materials, this will have the PowerPoint presentations. That's for Wednesday. I'm trying to divide them into Wednesdays and Saturdays so you don't get mixed together. That's on Saturday. You can basically find the materials for today in here with the example of the job advert in here as well. And so that's regarding the materials for today's material. And in terms of the activities, which is the intro card, if you go to activities and week 1, you'll find a PowerPoint in there. You can basically download it and edit it there. Okay. You can download it, write all your content, all your stuff, and upload it to here. If you can't upload, also send me an email. I can upload it for you. It's okay. For the note-making methods in here, you can also find it out under activities. And Sandra?
It was basically asking if it's possible, if you can send the teams to me as well, or to everyone, just in case anyone misses it, because I don't have it.
I believe that, did you get an email from me, guys, regarding the link to the Teams channel?
Not yet.
No, I haven't.
No, I haven't either.
All right, I'll send an email today as well that has the link to the what's called
Teams channel.
Teams channel. Yeah, and also I'll try to upload the video and send you the link. So basically, I'll send the link for all the stuff. An email that has summarization of all these stuff, including the links, these materials. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No worries. Rajan?
Sorry, I think you've answered the question anyway. I had the same question as everyone else. Thank you.
Joseph?
Yeah, although you answered the question, but can you add me to the team using my BCU email? Because my BCU is working, because you add me to the team using my Gmail, which it was difficult.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, that's fine. No worries.
Okay, thank you.
I'll do. All right. So today's session, it won't be like 3 hours long, basically. And yeah, if you have any question anytime, you can send my email. You all have my email, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. So yeah, it was good to see all of you guys, meet all of you. I think there is Fumi. You have your
Yeah,
hand raised.
that's
Yes.
right. I didn't have you. At the end of this boot camp, what are the things are we really going to achieve at the end of the boot camp?
So by the end of the boot camp, the goal is that to achieve that, to be able to, if I go back here, so use the cloud platforms, use Azure tools basically, and have a knowledge or be confident using Excel for statistics and stuff. Be able to create or apply machine learning algorithms, neural language programming, supervised machine learning approach, understand how it's done, and also be able to use them as well. Also, you will be basically you will be developing your skills in programming using Python. You will be able to do some data structures, do a cleaning on the data, and do some visualization, and apply some data models in there. So basically, at the end, to make ready to the business environment, business world, basically where you can be a data analyst.
Sorry, can I ask a question, Mohammed?
Yes, sure.
So apparently, like data analysis, there is data engineering and data science. So what sort of positions are the people going to be applying for?
So
data analysis?
Basically, mostly would be data analysis, which is what's mostly required now in business. As I mentioned, like it's all about the data, how to use the data, how to come up with results. You can have a very small data set and come up with like lots of results. So we'll be going towards that later, of course, to tell you how to do all of these stuff.
So what we're going to be learning is not enough to apply for data science positions and data engineering positions.
You can data science positions, of course, but we'll go through that later, of course, in more depth.
Okay.
So basically, you can do some breaking down for the job analysis, do some job analysis breakdown, and you see basically what the skills are required, what the skills that you will be getting in here, and based on that you can apply for the job. It could be like the job can be data analyst but advertised as a data scientist.
But you don't get paid a lot as a data analyst.
Yeah, so it depends. It depends basically what's the skills that you're doing. So that's why we're doing doing a job analysis breakdowns. So you identify what the data, what the requirements is, what the skills that they're requiring of you to have, what knowledge you need to have. Some stuff can be just additional, you know.
Okay.
So if they're requiring, for example, using SQL, using a cloud platforms, using understanding how AI works, or like developing algorithms using machine learning, supervised or unsupervised, reinforcement learning, all of these stuff will be going towards that. So you can definitely, yes, apply for data analyst, data scientist position.
Right. So in terms of the cloud system elements in the bootcamp, is it going to be, does it involve AWS cloud system, or is it just Azure alone and Google?
Azure. So basically, once you understand one of them, how the cloud works, it will be easier for you to understand the rest.
Right.
But definitely one of the things that we'll be talking about is the different types of data platforms.
Right.
Of cloud platforms, sorry.
Okay.
Right. Ali?
I am. I've received my BCU email. Could you please add me to the Teams via that? Because my Hotmail account, you have added me, but I've problems accessing all the files and all the things you described for the activity.
All right. Can you just send me an email from your BCU email, and
Yeah.
I'll add you there.
Okay. Thank you.
And for me, I'm just going.
Yeah, I just want to ask you, at the end of this boot camp, if we need a reference, like, when you're applying for the job, because it's a new set of skills that we're trying to acquire right now, are we going to be able to get like a reference from you?
I think so. Yeah.
All right, then that's fine. Thank you for that.
No worries. Hannah?
Please, could you differentiate between data science and data analysis? Difference between data science and data analysis.
So, in terms of data science, so basically, so data analytics analysis focusing more on viewing the historical data, basically, in contest with the while the data science focusing more on the machine learning and predictive models. But as I mentioned in earlier, that this course basically will be focusing on different areas that will be you will be able basically to cover stuff from the data science and data analytics at the same time, which will help you to find jobs in as a data scientist or as a data analyst. So, yes.
Go on. Sorry.
Hope that answered your question.
Thank you.
So basically, but then in terms of data engineering, does it cover any area? Because
in terms of data engineering, basically, it's focusing more about the practical applications and basically on the collection or how to do the analysis to the data, the approach that you will be using. So yeah, definitely yes. So it will be covering this stuff as well.
Right. So another question that I've got is, apparently I know some people that are currently attending other boot camps in data engineering and other areas as well. And what they're doing is they sort of link them with potential employers, future employers. They have people that they work with. Has this boot camp got the same arrangement and structure in place, whereby after the boot camp, are we going to be like going for like potential interviews with,
So I think as a BCU, they have lots of connections with like lots of companies. So I need to make sure I need to get to Dr. Ian and make sure about this. But I think yes, they will get you in contact with the companies and try to get you something basically.
Yeah, and some I got offered one, but it's not in data science, so I refused it. I declined that. But the attraction to that is they have partners that they work with, and they sort of offer you apprenticeship after the bootcamp. It's up to you if you want to take it or not, but it's not the area that I want, so I declined it because, like I said earlier on, data science and cloud system is my focus, so which is what has attracted me to this one in particular.
Yeah, I need to make sure from Ian, because I didn't discuss that part with him, to be honest. I mostly discuss the teaching part and the material that will be delivered.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll ask him. So the employability part is important part in this bootcamp, of course. And as I mentioned, we'll be covering lots of stuff during the weeks.
Okay.
Joseph? And any other question? I think, Joseph, you have your hand raised.
Sorry, Mohammed, quick question regarding the same issue as before about being added onto MS Teams. I've just tried clicking onto the emails that you've sent us. So I can see that in the previous emails, you can see press this link for Microsoft Teams. The issue that I'm just having right now is whenever I click onto it, I just keep ending up onto this I don't get an option to add another account, or I just keep on getting what on the Teams that I have right now. Just wanted to check, do I need to use another device or?
So you have BCU account, right?
Yes.
So you have access to this one, to the channel or not, using the BCU
Yes.
account? Okay, so you just need to use this one.
No, what I done was I accessed it through a different email, not through the BCU email.
Yeah, I guess that's still fine, but through the BCU email, it would be easier for you to access the video materials, the videos basically that would be recorded in here.
Okay.
What maybe I can chip in this slightly, because I had some sort of challenges myself trying to set it up, but I figured it out eventually. So maybe my tips and can help some people that are struggling with it.
Go for it.
So are you able to share your screen?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, if you share your screen, then we can just demo what you're trying to do. Then we can all just, help each other to resolve the problem.
Okay, are you able to see?
Yeah, but yes, you can go to click on the Teams icon.
The Teams icon.
Basically, just click the arrow.
Click on it.
This one, yeah?
Yeah, that
click
one.
Top on the left top corner.
Yeah. No, you've got no.
Because you're using an iPad, that's why.
What you can do, basically, sign out of this one, sign out, and the email that the invite that you got the that email you got from Mohammed.
Yeah.
Last week. Use that email to sign in. Then you're going to see an invite that says you've been invited from Birmingham City University IOC bootcamp. Then click on that. Then it's going to add you automatically.
Okay, let me try that.
Yeah, and just before I stop recording, Joseph, you had a question? So I'll just stop recording now.